Hi friends, today I would like to congratulate Sadhguru and Isha Foundation and also our beloved Prime Minister of India, a joint conference which happened in Vigyan Bhavan for remarkable journey of Sadhguru, which is solo journey of 30,000 kilometers for saving soil motorcycle journey. I think it's extraordinary feat by any saint. There is a saying that practice before you preach, and I think Sadhguru has stood absolutely conforming to this maxim that he's not only preaching, he's a man of action. Man of action, when I say, is that he's raising issues of contemporary catastrophic challenges which can ruin the entire planet Earth. In the past, he had raised the issue of linking the rivers. I think such kind of gurus are absolutely revolutionary in nature. Their reverence by the entire world bring about major changes into the system for saving our posterity and future generation from the catastrophic consequences of soil degradation. The imperative nature of Sadhguru's entire objective is to save soil movement, is to urge all nations of the world to mandate a minimum 3 to 6% organic content in agricultural soils through urgent policy reforms. Prime Minister Modi, who had understood the crying needs of India, ushered the movement called Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and huge amount of budgetary outlay was kept, so much so Prime Minister Modi broomed the streets of India to instill the sense of inspiration to the entire community to maintain high degree of hygiene, including many crores of the families are today part of they are completely protected by the open defecation, and today's society is free from open defecation substantially, and especially the women are benefited. So this kind of vision is revolutionary in nature, and I must congratulate Prime Minister Modi for bringing about such a fundamental changes in the mindsets of the people and also creating a movement which is almost in synchronization with what Sadhguru said. The topsoil rejuvenation is very important, because if we do not rejuvenate, then as per the World Bank report, 1/4 of the farmable land has completely wiped out because of the man-made disaster. Prime Minister Modi raised a very important issue that most of the developed countries are active contributors to the degradation of soil. For example, the 4 ton of carbon dioxide is emitted in per capita sense in the developed country, whereas India only contributes half a ton and our population is 1.4 billion. So Sadhguru has enlightened 2.47 billion people across the globe by his relentless journey of 25,000 to 30,000 kilometers on a bike, which is a solo journey. He's certainly 60 plus, but look at his zeal, enthusiasm to create this awareness. He raised the issue of farmer suicide. Prime Minister Modi talked about Solar Alliance, ISA, International Solar Alliance, where we'll be shifting our focus from fossilized fuel to the solar alliances. You'll be happy to know, with the initiatives of the Prime Minister and the Government of India, the capital cost of the solar panels has been almost reduced by 75%. To a large extent, it turns out to be cheaper than the thermal power, which is a great achievement. Similarly, the wind velocity in many areas of the country are responsible for generating the wind power. The ultimate objective of Modi government is to set up 700 gigawatt of grid power through the renewables, which include solar and wind power. Prime Minister Modi has also committed for zero emission, for uh, carbon emission almost nil by 2070. In this Amrit Kal Mahotsav and a leap step to achieve the $5 trillion economy, at the same time sustaining the ecosystem, the ecology, the biodiversity, the aquifer which has gone contaminated, the water table is depleting. So there is a twin challenge of development and maintaining the soil quality. So I think many initiatives have been taken by Government of India. Congratulations to the government. And Sadhguru's flagging this issue, like he gave a very great example that somebody is trying to pluck the mangoes, wants to eat mangoes, but he got misdirected and he started digging up the soil around the tree to find out those mangoes. And eventually, what happened was he dug up to that level where the roots were uprooted of that huge mango tree and it fell on the person and the person died. Similarly, the human ignorance or human deliberate mischief, handful of the people who want to hold the entire planetary population to the ransom for their limited gains, have started industrializing without regarding to what will happen to the impact on pollution, impact on the environmental degradation, impact on the plastic, which is non-degradable plastic, which is causing many problems in the country, the soil degradation. So these are man-made disaster for the greed of certain corporations, certain countries. I think there's a time, if we do not pay enough attention, maybe in 40 years or 50 years' time, this planet Earth will completely become inhabitable and it can wipe out the entire humanity. So, my friends, I think we should learn what Sadhguru mentioned in his great speech, and you can imagine the soil degradation is the loss of land's production capacity in terms of loss of soil fertility, soil biodiversity, degradation. Soil degradation is caused including agriculture, industrial, and commercial pollution. Loss of arable land due to urban expansion, overgrazing, and unsustainable agriculture practices, and long-term climatic changes. You would be surprised to know, with the United Nations recent report, almost one-third of the world's farmable land has disappeared in the last 4 decades. You can imagine the substantial loss which has happened. It was also reported that all of the world's topsoil could become unproductive within 60 years, as I mentioned just now, if current rates of loss continue. The issue of soil health and impacts on human well-being are absolutely alarming, and we need to arrest this movement. So Sadhguru and Prime Minister Modi and government and all the G20 countries and all the developed countries, my humble appeal to all of you is to the entire world. Actually, as Sadhguru mentioned, it is not going to be expensive or a huge drain on the budgetary outlay if we are woken up right now. There are many natural ways of restoring and rejuvenating the soil, topsoil, with the organic contents by doing different kind of crop systems, and we need to hold this erosion right now if we want to save the planet. Friends, there's billions and trillions of dollars spent on the on the on the rejuvenation or on the environmental protection. But let me tell you, without the participation of each and every citizen of this world consists of about 7 billion people. Each and every person, man, women, children, entire society across the globe has to woven into single thread an absolute non-negotiable objective of preserving this earth and enhancing the quality of the soil. And no wonder, Sadhguru, your Save the Soil campaign, I think, will have huge ramifications, positive ramifications, and repercussions in terms of restoring the soil which has been degraded and abused by the people, industries. And I think we must implement what Supreme Court has said, that polluters should pay, and this direction needs to be implemented. Anybody who is trying to contaminate the, the topsoil, the water table, our sea, our plants, our air, I think we need to have very, very stringent penal punishments, including the death capital. Friends, maybe I'm sounding harsh, but we need to wake up right now, otherwise it will be too late. Sadhguru and Prime Minister Modi, thank you very much for creating this great awareness for the country. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.